So welcome everyone to today's crowdfunding session. This will be the second training session for this current cohort. I'm glad to see that you guys are logged in again for today's session. So just to quickly introduce myself in case you weren't here on Monday, my name is Rose Dongo. I'm the lead campaign manager at Thundafund. To quickly give you a brief introduction to Thundafund, it's a crowdfunding platform that was launched in South Africa in 2013 and is also available in Kenya since 2019, and the Gambia since 2020. Today we are running the second cohort for this particular partnership that we have with Standard Bank, where you have been approved to receive up to 50,000 rands worth of matching funds. And the training sessions are just to guide you and equip you with more information on crowdfunding and to allow you to run a successful campaign. So I do have my colleague Maureen. I'd like to allow her to quickly log in and introduce herself. So Maureen, go ahead.
Thank you. Thanks, Rose. Hi, everyone. My name is Maureen Wanjiko, and I'm the project coordinator and admin lead at Thundafund, and I am glad to be here and looking forward to the session.
Awesome. Thank you, Maureen. So Maureen does a lot of hand-holding with you guys in terms of refining and making sure that your campaign is up to par before it goes live. So it's always good to put a face to the individual because you will be interacting with her before your campaign goes live. I would like to quickly introduce Erica. She has helped us a lot in terms of helping businesses and guiding them on launching a successful crowdfunding campaign. So Erica, you can quickly introduce yourself.
Hi there. Thank you very much for the invitation to be here. I'm Erica Schofield, and I've run a few successful crowdfunding campaigns in my time, but I've run 3 with the Standard Bank project that have very fortunately been successful. So I thought I could share some, well, I've been invited to share some of the tactics we used for today. So thank you for the invitation.
Awesome. Thank you, Erica. Please take advantage of the fact that Erica is here. As she said, she has been able to guide 3 businesses to run a successful campaign and deplete the whole 50,000 rands worth of matching funds. So I thought it would be great to have her join us so that she can share some of her tips that she has used to guide those businesses. So in today's session, what we will be discussing is how to upload your campaign on the actual platform. And also we will be diving a bit into marketing and communication of your campaign. So it is important to market your campaign before it goes live. And also, what are some of the communication tips and marketing strategies you can consider as you continue to run your campaign? So to start with, let's start with the platform. It won't take too long, just to allow you to understand how to upload the campaign. I believe from the previous session, we did give you a task of working on your story. We did also guide you on to start creating your video, but now I would want to show you where it will be uploaded and how that will look like. So I will quickly share my screen. Just 1 minute. So I hope you are able to see my screen. So this is what you would see once you log into your Thunderfund account. And if you had previously created projects, they will appear as follows. And if you haven't created a project before and it's the first time, what you do is click on Start Your Own Project. So this will be the first step, and this is what you click in order for you to start creating your campaign. So once you click that, you will realize that the creation process of your campaign is divided into 5 sections. And the reason why this has been done so is to make it easier for you to approach all the sections in a simpler manner. So we have the basic section where you will be capturing your basic information. It doesn't take long to fill in this section. Next, we have the story section. Then we have the reward section, the team section, and the banking section. So we'll start with the basic section. Over here, you will find that the first thing you'll be requested is to upload an image. So what image are you uploading? It could either be an image that's linked to your business or an image that's linked to your campaign, depending on what you're raising funds for. For businesses, most of the time we've seen them use their business logo or any image that links or shows or depicts what their business is about. So you can simply upload that over here from browsing from your computer. I always encourage using a computer when you're creating a campaign. It makes it easier. It is possible to use your phone, but if you do have access to a computer, it would be much better. The second thing is the project title. What title do you want to give your project? Most of the time, people state maybe the reason as to why they're raising funds, or maybe the title of the name of their business. But be creative with it. Put something that will encourage people to want to know, okay, what is this campaign all about? We will share other campaigns just to give you an idea of some of the names they use for their projects, just to give you some inspiration. Second, project created by who? You can either put your name or put the business name, so that is up to you. The third one is the project category. So ask yourself which category your business falls into. There are quite a number of categories for you to select from. And if there's nothing that's very specific to what you do, we encourage that you choose one that's closest to it. It's not very important, but it does come in handy just to allow people to understand what sector your business is in, okay? Once you've done that, select the country that you're from. So you'll notice that the first 3 countries we are launched in are the ones that appear. That is South Africa, Gambia, and Kenya and Gambia. So since this is a South African initiative, you will be selecting South Africa as the country. Once you've done that, we go to this section. It's called In a Nutshell. Ideally, what you're describing here is a very brief snippet of what your campaign is about. So what can you kind of write with 140 characters that will allow people to understand what your campaign is about or why you're raising funds? Again, we always encourage you to be creative with it, see what you can come up with. 140 characters is similar to like a Twitter post. So try to find something within that specific range that will allow people to understand what your campaign is about. So once you've done that, you'll come to the project duration. So we have 30, 45, and 60 days. We do encourage the shorter your campaign is, the more urgency there is for people to contribute. So we do encourage people to start with 30 days. As we had mentioned before in our previous session, if you do feel like you need more days, it is possible for you to extend your campaign. So don't feel like you will be limited to 30 days only. It is possible to extend. Okay. Once you've done that, select your preferred currency. Do you want to do South African Rand or American dollar? If you do decide that you want to go the American dollar way, that is usually beneficial if majority of your supporters are out of the country. However, if majority of your supporters are in South Africa, we do encourage that you use South African Rand. It will be easier for you and your campaign. Now, when it comes to the goals, this is something we discussed before. It's important for you to ask yourself, what are your immediate needs for your campaign in order for you to set your dream goal? So currently we are setting the tipping point, which is the minimum amount to raise as R1. But your dream goal is the goal that you're hoping to raise. We've had some businesses set it as 50,000 Rand, others as 100, others as 200,000 Rand. If you consider some of the tips we shared before, this will guide you on what will be your ideal dream goal. Also keeping in mind that we do take a percentage of the amount raised, which is 5 to 7%, depending on the type of business that you are. 5 for non-profit organizations and businesses, and 7 for other businesses. So also keep that in mind when you're budgeting and you're creating your dream goal. So once you have been able to identify what your dream goal is, you proceed to include it in this section. Once you've filled in all that information, you just save and you continue. So it will identify if there's a section that needs to be filled in. Since I haven't filled in anything, I'll just fill in a random amount just to allow us to go to the next section. Now, once you save, you go to the story section. The story section is divided into 2. We do have the video, we do have a short story, and we do have a long story. So basically, this section is just capturing all the content that is required to allow individuals to understand what your campaign is about. Now, in order for you to upload your video in this section, you must upload it on YouTube first. In case you don't have a YouTube account, we do offer to help upload your video on our end and provide you with a YouTube link. If you are able to do it on your end, that's perfectly fine. And then you're able to upload the YouTube link. So what is required here is a YouTube link. We did offer tips on how to create your video, and we will share that presentation again in case you weren't able to attend our previous session. The second part is a short story. So again, this is a brief description that will kind of excite people to want to learn more about your campaign and your business. We do encourage that you try to be creative with this part. And we also encourage that you seek help from maybe friends or family or someone that you work with when it comes to creating your content. It's always good, two minds are better than one. That's what we say. So if you're able to kind of bring in more people to help you with creating your content, that is perfectly fine. So find something brief, like a simple paragraph, just exciting people and encouraging them so that they can want to learn more about what your campaign is about. In the long story, this is where you take advantage of giving more detailed information. Some of the questions we tell you to ask yourself is, who are you? When did you start your business? What gave you the idea to start your business? What are some of the accomplishments you've been able to achieve so far? Why have you decided to launch a crowdfunding campaign? How much are you hoping, do you hope to raise? And with that amount, what do you plan to do with it? People are more likely to support you if they do understand how you plan to use the money. So the long story section is where you take advantage and you give a breakdown of how you plan to use the funds. Like we said in our previous session, budget it out same way you would budget, maybe when you're going for shopping, like you have a shopping list and you already know this is the amount I want to use today when I go shopping. What do I plan to buy for the house? Similar concept. So you do the same thing when it comes to your business. What are your immediate needs? How much do you need to achieve those immediate needs? And just detailed explanation of how the funds will be used. This is also a great place to add images. Like we said, adding images is important because it's a visual of what your business is. Number one, it does provide proof of concept of the existence of the business. And number two, it actually allows people to have a visual of what exactly your business does. So take advantage of this section. It's very flexible. You can also add links as well. Like we said, it's good to view other campaigns, see what they've done. We will be sharing links with you just to allow you to have better understanding. So once you've done that, you go to the reward section. As we mentioned before, it's important to add in. Oh yeah, Erica, yes, go ahead. I can see your hand is up.
Hi, Rose.
Yeah.
I'm going to use this opportunity to actually ask a question. Can you show me how to add a picture in that section?
Awesome. So let me quickly add. My name is Rose. This is my campaign. Okay. Ideally, let me see whether I can find an image I can add. So what you do is go to where the image is, copy it from a folder. So if your image is on a folder in your computer, you right click and copy it, come to where you want to upload the image and paste it. It's also very important to be careful with how heavy the image is. So I think I've selected a heavy image. You will see that it is uploading and it will show you the percentage until it is done. We do have an icon that helps you upload the image here, but at the moment it doesn't work. So we always encourage that you copy it from your folder and then you paste it over here. So you'll see that it's uploading. So this is a very heavy image. Sorry, it was a poster for another webinar. However, ideally, we do encourage that you compress it and then you are able to upload. If you upload it and you find that it's big, go compress it a bit just to make it a bit smaller and then proceed to come and upload it over here. I hope, Erica, that helps you on how to upload the image.
Brilliant, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah. Also, like I said, you can also add links as well. In the section, it's quite versatile. So in case you have any links you want to refer to people to as you write your story, you can also proceed to do that. Great. Please feel free to raise your hand if you have any question as we continue to guide you on how to upload your campaign. So the next thing is the rewards. Like we mentioned last time, rewards are the incentives that you set up that will encourage people to want to contribute towards your campaign. And you can add as many rewards as possible. However, we do encourage you not to put too many because people get a bit overwhelmed and confused on which one to select. And also don't put too few. So an average we normally say is about 3 to 6 rewards is a good number. It allows versatility because each reward should be of a different amount. Remember, everybody has a different financial capacity or capability, so you want to make sure that we accommodate everyone within your networks. So how you add a reward is you click the plus section over here, and it will request you to add information. Number one, what is the name of your reward? I will use a social media shout out as an example, okay? Since I had selected dollar as the currency, I will say maybe for $2, you know, if your pledge is $2, we will give you a social media shout out. So include the amount here and remember to look at the currency that you've selected. Second is the delivery date. So your rewards will be delivered after your campaign comes to an end. So if your campaign is going to launch at the end of March and you want it to run for 30 days, that means that the campaign will end at the end of April. So if that is the case, I would give myself an extra maybe couple of weeks. So I would select May as the delivery date. You want to make sure you give yourself time. If your reward will take longer than that, make sure you put the appropriate date so that you are, and make sure it's the right date. So this is 2022, so it will be May 2023. So make sure you select the accurate date and give yourself time if you know that you will take more time. So if you feel like your reward will maybe take 2 months, make sure that you set it, the delivery date, as 2 months after the campaign comes to an end, okay? Next, shipping details. So since this is a non-physical item and it doesn't need shipping, I will select none. However, if it is a physical item, make sure to select whether you're only shipping it locally, which is in South Africa, or if you plan to ship it worldwide, which is in other countries. Now, if you're shipping it locally, make sure to add a shipping cost because we don't want you to incur the costs. Your supporters will incur the shipping cost. So it's important to state how much the shipping cost will be if you're going to ship it locally. And second, if you are shipping it worldwide, put in the local shipping cost and also put in the international shipping cost, just to make sure that you don't incur any cost or deduct too much from the raised funds. If you have a limited quantity of a particular reward, let's say, for example, you own a boutique and you want to give out maybe handbags at a particular price as a reward, and you only have 5 available, it's important to select that and say that you have a limited amount and select the number 5. Make sure that you state how many there are so that once the rewards have been depleted, you don't oversell or sell something that's not available. After that, make sure you put in a description of what the reward is about. Sometimes some rewards need further description or more description. You know, if you are giving maybe a free concert ticket, if you are a musician or a performer, it's important to give specifics of maybe the location, the timings and stuff like that to allow people to have as much information to know whether they will be able to attend or if this will be the most appropriate reward for them. And finally, add an image. It's always good to add an image for the rewards that you're adding. Sometimes use also infographics for those who are sharing rewards that maybe are non-tangible. So this section allows one to have all the information that they need in order for one to understand what the reward contains. So once you're done with that and you want to go to another reward, you just say add another reward and you're able to add the reward. If you feel like you don't want another reward or you want to eliminate it as you're creating, you can simply just delete the reward, okay? Once you're done with that, you save and you continue to the next section. We did share a reward guide with you in the previous email that was sent on Tuesday. We do encourage you to go through it because it does have a lot of information that will help you and guide you on how to set up or create a good reward for your campaign. So any questions up to there? Okay, none so far. So let's go to the team section. If any question, please feel free to put your hand up and we will be able to answer the question that you have. So the team section allows you to capture some personal information. Number one here is your opportunity to add your social media links and your websites. So if you do have an existing website, add the link here. If you do have social media links linked to your business, add them here. If you do have an article that you are featured in that's online, add it here as well. So take advantage of adding as many links as possible. So once you copy pasted the link here, you just say add link in order for you to put in another link. So you can put in as many links as you like. Again, don't put too many links. Try put the most important ones that will allow people to gain more information and have a better understanding of what you do. Second is the contact. It's important to put your contact information here. You have the primary contact and the secondary contact. These contacts will be used to share information as we continue to guide your campaign. So once you've submitted your campaign, we do send you feedback and maybe give advice on some things that need to be changed. We will be using the primary and secondary contact. So make sure the contacts that you put in are one, that we are able to, you are available on, and two, when you put in your secondary contact, make sure it's someone that you are okay with knowing and having information about your campaign. So what it does, it automatically picks up the information of the individual who registered their account. If you want to make changes on that, it is perfectly fine and it is possible. So this has picked up my name. I will add my phone number, which is important, and it does have my email address. Majority of our communication is done via email, so we do encourage that you check your emails as often as you can just to see any updates from our team. And then add the secondary contact as well, so that we can have like an alternative contact in case we're not able to find you in your primary contact. Next is the team information. This is the opportunity to put up a photo of your team. So if you work with a team, we encourage that you take photos together and upload it in the team section. And if you work by yourself, upload a photo of yourself. It's important for people who are supporting you to have a visual of who you are in case those who are supporting are maybe people who have been referred to the campaign. So it's important to add a photo of yourself or your team. And then tell us about yourself, tell us about your team. If you do have a team of people, maybe you can explain what role they play in the business. You can give a quick background of the individuals and also yourself. You know, if you're adding yourself, if you're the only one who runs your business, tell us who you are, what maybe you studied, which university you went to, what roles you've had before launching your business. And if your business is the only thing that you've done, you know, just give us more information about yourself. It allows us to know you on a more personal level. Okay. Once you've done that, save and come to the last section. The last section will be the banking section. So when you're raising funds on your campaign, the funds come to us first. But once the campaign comes to an end, we will be dispersing the funds to your bank account. So it's important to add your bank details. The first thing we need to know is what type of business are you? Are you an individual business? Are you a company, or are you a nonprofit organization? So this is important in order for us to know what platform rate we are providing you. If you are a nonprofit, you do get 5%. If you are an individual or a company, you do take 7%. So if you're a nonprofit, we will be asking for proof. So in case you are a nonprofit, make sure that you do have proof that you are a nonprofit that you will be sharing with us. Once that has been done, we need these details. Number one, we need the account name of your bank. we need the bank that you use. We have a list of banks over here. In case your bank is not listed, just select not listed, and we will proceed to reach out to you to confirm. Second, we do have the type of account you have. Select which one it is. Include your account number and make sure that you have you've put in the correct number, and then put the branch code as well. Keep in mind, before dispersing, we do confirm these details with you once more, just to make sure that they are accurate. So don't worry that we will just proceed to disperse. No, we always confirm before we do so. And once that has been done, you save. If you want to preview the campaign and see how it would look like on the front end, there's the option of you to preview your campaign. It will open another tab. So if you have a video, the video would appear here. You can see the dream goal appears over here. The rewards would appear over here, and the story would appear over here. The team and the links would appear over here. Since there's no content, nothing currently appears, but this would be the layout of your campaign. And once you see it looks nice, you can proceed to go back to the previous link and submit, okay? Once you submit your campaign, you will get an email feedback within 24 hours from our team. And the feedback will be if there are adjustments that need to be done, our team will share that information. If there are tips that maybe we would share with you to consider, that will also be shared in the email as well. So I hope that gives you a better understanding of how to update your campaign on the platform. So since we did encourage you to start creating your story, I would encourage you to just start uploading information. You don't need to finish it in one go. You can take your time, but I would encourage you to start creating your campaign. Like we said, we do want your campaigns to go live next week. So the earlier you start, the better it is. Any questions from anyone in regards to the creation of your campaign? Okay, so Margaret has a question in the comment section, and she asks, how much do I need to raise in order to get the 50,000 Rand? So to explain further about the matching funds, you need to raise 50,000 to receive 50,000. Number one, like we said before, you as a business or as an individual, you are only allowed to raise 2,500 for your own campaign, but the rest of the funds should come from other individuals within your networks. So that's why we said it's important to list all your networks, all the people that you'll be reaching out to, start communicating to them that you do have a campaign that you're launching, so that you can gain their support once you launch your campaign. So in order for you to receive the 50,000 Rand, the minimum amount you're able to set as a goal is 50,000. But it's also important for you to ask yourself also, what are the needs of your business? Because we have seen people raise even more than that. You're not limited to only raising 50,000 to receive the 50,000 Rand. You will maybe find that there's so many people who are willing to support you that you had no idea about. So feel free to increase your dream goal if you feel like you have the capacity to reach it, and also if that is the need of your business at this point in time. So I hope, Margaret, that answers your question. Any other question from anyone else? Oh. Hi guys, are you able to hear me? Apologies for that. My electricity is gone, but are you guys able to hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So next, I want to jump quickly into marketing and communicating your campaign. it's important for you to make sure that you communicate to your networks as early as possible. And also some of the tips you can consider as you continue to run your business, what would be the most ideal way to communicate and also to market your campaign. As maybe we had mentioned before, it does take work in order for you to run a successful campaign. So it is important for you to put in the time to market, to communicate. As you continue to run your campaign, this will be a daily task that you will need to follow up on. So it's important to make sure that you're equipped with all that information. So allow me to just share my screen shortly so that we can proceed with that. Sorry, just 1 minute. Again, please feel free to share any questions that you have as we continue to discuss more on marketing your campaign. Let me know if you're able to see my screen.
I can see your screen.
Great. So we will be talking on tips on marketing your campaign. And the first one, just talking about what does it mean when you say marketing your campaign? It's important for people to know that you do have a campaign. And the only way that people can know is by communicating to them and marketing to them, you know, that you have a campaign that's launching. The same way you would market a new product that you want to launch in your business, or also as you continue to reach out to people about your existing business and that you have, it's important to let people know. People can only support you if they know about the existence of your campaign, and it's up to you to communicate that to them, okay? So I do have a question for you guys. I'm curious to know, what are some of the marketing strategies that you guys use for your business? And from those marketing strategies, which one worked best for you? So maybe I can start with Jackie. Maybe you can tell us what are some of the marketing strategies you used and what did you find worked best for you?
Hi there. Well, we're actually a startup. We have not gone to market yet. So we are sitting at the moment. We have not achieved traction. So I haven't been using any marketing strategies or campaigns up to date.
Okay, great.
So
Then
we're still brand new.
No problem. I do hope this session does maybe help you to see what are some of the marketing strategies you can use and consider. So maybe let's try someone else. Joseph, maybe you can let us know what are some of the marketing strategies you used for your business.
Good day, everyone.
Hi, Joseph.
How are you, everyone? The marketing strategy that I have used, it was on social media, because most of the time on Facebook, pasting them through my status on WhatsApp, I was getting more of the clients.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, yeah, that was the strategy that I was using each and every time.
Okay.
So yeah.
Awesome. That's great. One more person, Sweetness. Nice to see you again here. Maybe you can share some of the marketing strategies you have used for your business and which one worked best for you.
Hi guys. The one marketing strategy that I've used was to analyze the market, just in terms of your weaknesses and your strength, because at some stage you'll find that the market is saturated, you know, and there's oversupply of the products, and so most of the time probably that's what I use. And in terms of the pricing strategy, just to see, because there is quite a lot. I think after COVID, there is quite a lot of competition. So yeah, I think those two.
Okay, awesome. So let me dive into more about marketing. There are certain tips that you need to consider when you're marketing your own campaign. And one of the most important things that you need to do is to first define who your target audience is. Like we mentioned, when it comes to marketing your, when it comes to running your campaign, most of your supporters will be your existing networks. So it's important to identify who those networks are. It could be your friends, your family, your existing customers, other business networks that you've established over the years, and also just the people who, like we said, you will be telling your immediate networks to communicate to their networks, So try identify that there are so many pools of individuals that you'll be reaching out to. And the reason why it's important to define your target audience is because how you communicate to them will differ. You will realize that different businesses will communicate differently. Some will be more laid back, some may be more formal, and this definitely depends in the sector that your business is in. So number one, it's important to definitely define your target audience and make sure that you approach them accordingly. Friends and family are more casual people, so you may approach them casually. Business networks are more professional, so you may reach out to them in a totally different manner. And this will allow you to kind of create the most appropriate communication for them. Okay. Number two, like we said, leverage your personal networks. Reach out to them first, because when you reach out to them, they will help you to market your campaign to their existing networks. You want to make sure that you're approaching to as many people as possible to sieve out those ones who will be willing to support you. Like we've said before, there are people who may be within your contacts who are willing to support you or have the capacity to support you. But number one, they have no idea that maybe you need that support. And number two, they may not know how to support you. So a crowdfunding campaign is a good way to reach out to people to allow them to know that, of course, their support will be very beneficial, but they also get something out of it if they do decide to select a reward. Okay, so it's important to make sure that you take advantage of these individuals and market your campaign accordingly to them. Another thing when it comes to marketing is creating a compelling video. We will have to create a video for your campaign. However, another thing is you can consider to create a short video that you can be sharing with people on social media and also on WhatsApp. You want to make sure that you use all platforms and use it accordingly. The reason why we say video is because in this current time, also if you look at social media, most of the things that we look at are images and videos. So you may have an amazing text and story that you've written, but we do see people being pulled in more by visual content. So if you are able to create a very brief video that you're able to post on your social media for those who feel like social media is a good platform for them, and also to share with your networks on WhatsApp or put it up as a WhatsApp status, this would be definitely a good idea for you, just to encourage people to know more and learn more, because in as much as you create content, you want people to engage with it. So it's important for you to create content that people are able to engage with. The next one is also building a social media presence. I'll give you an example from a business that did take advantage of the matching funds, and it was very beneficial for them. He owned a meat company and he was affected by the KZN riots back in 2021. He launched a campaign with us and he was able to receive the whole 50,000 rand because he was able to raise 50,000 on his own. When I asked him what are some of the takeaways you took from this experience, and what he shared is that he didn't realize how impactful social media can be to his business. He realized that the more he engages with social media, the more he does gain new clients. Maybe they didn't contribute towards his campaign, but it did bring more awareness to his business. Ideally, we do raise funds to help our business, but what are some of the things that will be impactful to our business that are and social media is one of the things that he took away. So we do encourage businesses to explore social media. There are definitely different social media platforms. You have Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, TikTok and YouTube. Look at the platforms that you feel would work well for you and your business, and do some research on similar businesses as yours and how they approach the social media platform. I feel like crowdfunding is a good way for you to maybe start engaging on social media, sharing your products and your services, just to allow you to reach out to as many people as possible, okay? When it comes to marketing, one thing we want you to know that marketing doesn't start when your campaign goes live. It also starts before your campaign goes live. So even starting today, since we do want your campaign to go live hopefully by next week, it's important to start engaging your networks and letting them know early in advance that you will be launching a crowdfunding campaign. Allow them to prepare themselves mentally and also financially to support your campaign. Okay. Another tip is keeping your audience engaged. As you continue to run your campaign as it's live, it's important to engage your existing audience, give them updates, answer any questions you may have, and if they reach out with any comments, feel free to acknowledge their comments as well. It's a good opportunity to engage with them because you can get good feedback about your campaign and also about your business. But the more you engage with them, the more you offer good customer service, the more likely they will refer you to other individuals who are in need of your product and service. So it is important to engage with them. It is important to also support them and it is important to thank them in advance and also thank them after they have contributed towards your campaign. Every contribution that comes in, you will be getting a notification on your email. However, our team does send you a list of all individuals who have contributed towards your campaign. Take advantage of that and take those emails, reach out to them to thank them. Their phone numbers will also be there. If it's people that you know personally, call them and thank them. People do like to be appreciated, and it's important to do that. Sorry, I can see I accidentally copied a previous point, which is creating a compelling video, but it is important to do so. So any questions up to there before we go into communication in regards to marketing? Again, we will be sharing this presentation with you. So don't worry about that. You will have all these details with you after. So the last part is communication plan. It is important in as much as you're marketing, what type of communication strategy are you using? It's important to prepare your communication in advance. We have told people, try pitching your crowdfunding campaign with your friends and family, practice with them. It's important to create texts that you will be uploading on your platforms or you will be sharing with people on WhatsApp. It's important for you to sit down and prepare the communication information. We will be sharing tips and we will be sharing templates that you can consider to use that have worked for other campaigns before, and you can always modify it, and we do encourage you to modify it to fit your campaign in the best way possible. So I do have a question. At this point in time, which mode of communication do you mostly use when you're reaching out to your clients or to your networks or any potential customers? So I would like to select Pumele. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Maybe you can share with us some of the communication modes that you've used. Example is, do you reach out to them via email, or is it WhatsApp, or is it SMS, phone call, social media? What communication method do you use the most? As we wait for her to maybe unmute, Margaret, maybe you can go ahead and share with us what communication mode you use mostly when reaching out to clients. Margaret, are you able to hear us? Okay, so Tekiso has commented and he says he uses WhatsApp and his Facebook page. That's good to know. Who else wants to share maybe the mode of communication they use when they are reaching out to their clients? Joseph, do you want to share?
Hello. Yeah, most of the time I use WhatsApp and phone calls most of the time to communicate with my clients.
Awesome, that's great.
Yeah.
Sweetness, maybe you want to share quickly what communication method you use?
Mostly it will be WhatsApp and emails.
Emails, awesome. That's great.
Yes.
I think one of the most common one is normally WhatsApp. But like you said, phone calls are also great and emails are also great. So also, as you communicate to your networks about your campaign, it's important to use the mode of communication you use the most with them. So if you, let's say if there are certain group of people who prefer phone calls, communicate to them via a phone call and maybe with a follow-up WhatsApp message with a link to your campaign to allow them to contribute if they are interested, but use the most appropriate communication that they will relate to the most or they will respond to the most. Okay. So some of the steps to create a good communication plan is developing your key message. It's very important to be clear and concise when it comes to communicating. You don't want to write a very long paragraph or a very big message. So it's important for you to practice and find a very clear and concise message that will allow you to get to the point, but also a way that it also encourages people to want to support you. So do take your time to kind of curate that for yourself. You know your networks better than anyone does. So it's important for you to find a clear communication or messaging that will kind of convert them and allow them to want to support you. The second thing is choose your communication channel. As you've shared, some people use WhatsApp, some people use email, some people use social media like Facebook. So it's important to make sure that you target and you use all those channels. We do encourage people to make 5 phone calls a day, send out 5 WhatsApp messages a day, put up a post maybe 3-4 times a week, just to allow engagement as much as possible. People need to be constantly reminded. So please keep that in mind. You reach out to someone once and they said, yes, I will support you. Do not shy away of reminding them again. Okay. The next maybe step or a good way to create a good communication plan is to build a contact list. Literally sit down with your phone, write down all the contacts that you want to reach out to. If they're either on your email list, on your phone book. I do say that if you look at our phone book, we have so many contacts, go through them. Maybe you remember someone who maybe was interested in maybe your business, but never really followed up. This is a good example to allow them to engage with their campaign and maybe support you by purchasing some of the rewards. So it's important to go through your contact list, contact by contact, just to see who is there and who you can reach out to and the best way you can do so. Another thing that's important is to launch your campaign. If your campaign is going live, it's important to announce to people that my campaign is now live. So send out blast emails, post on social media, update people on your website if you do have a website, and also notify people on WhatsApp that your campaign is now live. Launching allows people to know that your campaign is now live and active since you had already communicated to them prior, and then they're able to support you. Okay, so any questions? That is the end of the presentation. Any questions in terms of communication or the communication plan that would be ideal for you? So what I'd like to do is to allow, oh yeah, Margaret. Yes, Margaret, go ahead.
Hi, just want to find out, okay, I understand that a business, I'm still on that same question, CC, that I asked before. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, yes.
Yes, I want to find out for the other part, how much should they contribute? I mean, because the business owner should contribute this 2.5. Then what about the rest?
So people will contribute within their capacity, and that will differ. You will find we don't dictate to people what they need to contribute. We allow them to contribute according to their own will and the financial capacity that they have. So for me, my advice would be communicate to people that you are raising funds and allow them to know what your target amount is, and from there, one will willingly contribute what capacity they have. Like I said, some people may maybe have the capacity of contributing 50 Rand, others 200 Rand, others 1,000 Rand, because within your contact list or your networks, different people have different financial capabilities. So you don't communicate or tell them what they need to contribute. The reason why we say as a business, you can only contribute 2,500 is just to limit the amount you contribute, because we want you to actively crowdfund, raise funds, interact with your networks to reach your goal as you continue to receive the matching funds as well. I don't know, Margaret, if that answers your question.
Or even if they contribute 1,000 Rand, it will be okay.
Yes, yeah. We've seen some.
Rose,
Yes, Erica?
maybe can I step in with
Yes,
some
absolutely.
it's based on the thank you. It's based on the rewards. So if you have a reward for say 1,000 Rand, one of your network will buy that reward and you receive 1,000 Rand of the match funding. So you'll need to sell 50,000 Rands worth of your rewards, whether they're 100 Rand or 550. So say you only sell 10,000 Rands worth of reward, you would only get 10,000 Rand of match funding. So it's 1-for-1 matching.
Margaret, I hope that kind of covers it. Yeah.
Are we going to make it?
Yes. We have seen people be able maybe to raise up to 20 and their campaign comes to an end and then they launch another campaign to kind of raise again. So like we said, it's important to maybe prepare those contact lists of individuals and just you'll be surprised. Some people were actually pleasantly surprised at how so many people were willing to support them, but it's being able to engage with them and communicate with them in the best way possible to allow them to really understand the value of their support towards you and your business. And again, selling your rewards is the best way to convert individuals to come and support your campaign because they are getting something out of it. Awesome. So I'd like to, you're welcome, Margaret. I'd like to have Erica log in and share more about her experience when she was guiding the businesses to launching their campaign and some tips that she believes would be very essential for you to consider as you continue in this journey. So welcome, Erica. I'm happy to and excited to hear what you have to share today with us.
Thank you very much. And Margaret, thank you for that last question because it actually leads quite nicely into probably the most important thing I've found is that the campaigns only succeed if you are working quite hard marketing them. Often in business, sales and marketing are kind of lumped together, and there's definitely a sales element here. And what has helped me is two things, or helped us, because I've worked with different businesses, is the one is to create rewards that you think are so exciting. Why would anyone refuse, or everyone wants to buy them? So we really work on making the rewards quite exciting. So when you're telling people about them or sharing, it's fun and you can be enthusiastic and you know that they really want them. Jacques, you've got if you're launching a new product, it's quite a nice tester. If your reward is maybe one of your products, you'll be excited because you're starting a business around it. And you'll also get to test how excited your network are about that product. It's a nice startup kind of approach. So that's the one, is make exciting rewards and also have a couple of rewards that have higher prices. So most of your network maybe can contribute 100 Rand, 50 Rand, but make sure you have a reward that's a few thousand Rand because you never know. I always joke, it's like your mum or your best friend or someone might come out the blue and buy that bigger reward. And then it does help because it bumps the match funding that you do receive for those rewards. So I try and make the rewards like a nice value and then also very exciting to sell. And then I was just thinking there were 3 tips that we've used with campaigns. The one is Rose was talking about how important the pre-launch preparation is. We're actually launching another campaign for a company that sells coats next week. And we've actually asked 3 of the customers are so excited to buy the coats, they're going to be one of the rewards. We've said, wait. And when we launch the campaign, will you buy your coat through the campaign? Because the second it goes live, there'll be rewards being bought straight away, and it makes it a bit exciting. So when you then go to your network and that list of people you've written down, when they visit your campaign, they'll be like, wow, you know, they're already raising money. And it's a nice psychology. People love success. So that having a few people ready to buy some rewards on your first day, I think helps a lot. The second is, as Rose said, the target market is very important. We had a nice example. Dragon's Lair is a jewelry store, but some of their clientele were older and like even maybe don't even use WhatsApp, you phone them. So what they did is on the day the campaign went live, they did an exhibition of their jewelry and they invited everybody to an event. And then they had someone there who could help people who weren't like that comfortable technically to support on the phone, so they could help people. And I was really, if you're going for a big amount, try have a launch event, because something happens when everybody's together. They get excited for each other, and you end up selling one more. You know, I see that lady buying something, so I'll buy a reward, and you kind of get this little competition about who can support you the most. So launch events are really helpful. And I wrote my 3 things. The last is it's a little technique. And Rose, you'll have to tell me if you agree within the context of Thundafund. But even that dream goal, even though say I know I want to raise 100,000, I often will launch a campaign with a lower dream goal. So I'll put 20,000 there. And it's a psychology thing. So if someone comes and they're going to maybe spend 500 Rand on a reward, and it's a lot of money for them, if they look at your dream goal and it's 20,000, it feels for them, okay, I'm really going to help you get to your goal. But if the goal is, say, 100,000 Rand, that 500 doesn't feel like it's going to help you as much. So you absolutely can extend your dream goal as you get closer. So maybe now you've raised 16,000 and the goal is 20,000. Then you move it to 40,000 on your campaign page. So you know inside your head what your ultimate dream goal is, but you do it in stages to help people feel important when they raise money. So those are kind of my top tips.
And just to add on top of that, Erica, so it is possible for people to adjust their dream goal. But as you continue to adjust your dream goal, you'll also continue to adjust the budget within your story. And it's also important to notify the people who have supported you before that you are adjusting your dream goal to a bigger amount, that you've been able to gain more traction and you want to achieve some more goals that you have for your business. So like Erica said, yes, that does help, and it is possible to apply that as well. Yeah. Awesome. Anything else, Erica?
No, I kind of chose my 3 that really helped.
So please, everyone, do keep all that into consideration. Like I said, all these tips accumulatively, sift through them, think through them, see what would work best for you and your campaign. We are available to answer any other questions that you may have. We will be sharing this recording and also this presentation in order for you to kind of look back in case you need to pick up more pointers that we did discuss. However, the goal that we have for you between now and next week is that we want you to upload your campaign. Upload the basic information. You realize it's very simple to include that information. It's information you already have and you know. Work on creating your video. People are very free and available over the weekend. Take advantage of that. Ask a friend or family member to help you create that video. Like we said, it doesn't have to be a professional one. Use your phone, and we just want you to create a video that's between 1.5 minutes to 3 minutes. Create your story, and also create your budget. Add it there in the story section. Think of the rewards you want to set up. We are available for guidance on that, and we did share a guide as well. So Maureen, who had introduced herself earlier, is the one who will be reviewing your campaigns. So she will be going through our platform just to see what you've been able to do so far, and she's available for guidance as well as I. So again, I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's training session. We do have, oh yes, Joseph, I can see you have a question.
Before I let you go, the video, where are we gonna upload it? Because there on the pages, it doesn't show anything, the link, anything, it doesn't wanna pop in there.
So with the video, you need to upload it on YouTube first, and then you need to copy paste the link there. So in case you don't have a YouTube channel and you need assistance with uploading it, you can share the video with us. We can upload it for you and add the link there.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Okay, great. Any other question from anyone else? Like I said, feel free to still follow up with questions on email. Again, I want to thank all of you for attending today's session, and I will see you for the next session next week. I will share the assignment we have for you for uploading your campaign on email, and we hope to see what you're able to achieve in the next couple of days. So thank you so much, and please do enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. So bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome, everyone.
Bye.